Hello, this is a Scrap Your Stash. I'm going to be doing a scrapbook again. So this is a different one. This is using Candid Moments, which was really last month's featured paper, but it's still in this current catalog. So this is the pattern paper I'm using. I'm going to cut this for the background, and then we're going to use this for a strip. Okay. And I may use the zip strip, I don't quite know yet. We will see. So let's trim our bases first. This is a 6x8 album. Once again, we're going with 6x8. If you haven't worked with a 6x8 and you're a card maker, I feel like the 6x8 is fairly easy because it's almost like working on a card. It reminds me of working on cards. So it doesn't seem as daunting to me as a 12x12. So this is 8x6. I started by trimming 4 inches off, and then I split it in the middle. There's my base pages. This one is just going to be a really thin strip. 2 thin strips, and they're going to be 8 inches, so I'm going to do 2 of them. So these are going to be 3/4 inch. And this pattern I manipulated from Make It From Your Heart number 5. And I don't remember the pattern, but it's the one with the triangles. Well, I can't really say that because there's a lot of them in there with triangles, aren't there? So I need to trim these down 4 inches to get my 8-inch strips. I don't have my bar out, so I'm just doing math. Okay, there's those 2. Now I'm going to trim this to get my triangles, and I'm going to be using both sides for my triangles. So I'm going to do 3.25, but I'm going to trim the zip strip off first. Let's get the zip strip gone. And it really doesn't matter because it's going to be squares. So 3.25 by 3.25, and you need 2 of them. Okay. And you're going to take them and you're going to cut them diagonally. So I kind of want to do it the same way, so let's flip it. This way. I have 2 like that and 2 like this. Okay. So I'm going to put them as such, but I'm going to flip them back and forth anyway. So, actually, let's get our blue back in here. This is going to be our mats. So I'm going to do a 3.25. We're going to have 4 2 by 3 inch photos on here. Now I'm just going to do 2.25, so I'm going to start at 4.5. Do 2.25. There's 2. I need 4 of these total. Again, 4.5. down to 2 1/4. Okay, there's my mats. I'm not gonna cut out the daisy to go over that. I'm just going to annotate it right on that because the daisy's going to get covered anyway, so it's not really pertinent to waste a piece of daisy, in my opinion. Okay. That is all scrap. Let's pull a Versa mat in. And let's get building. So this is how it's going to go. Really, you don't need a whole lot of, you don't need to line it up for this one because everything's going to be lined up to the edge. Let's do it. I think that'll be really pretty. So there's what I'm thinking about doing. I think that'll be really cute. And then this one will have the photos. Oops. Like that. And then I'm going to put an embellishment here and a title up here. Title on this one is going to be the 2022. This is going to be a year in review again. Just love this paper. It's perfect for this album. So let me get my mono layer. This is the new Tombow. If you haven't tried it, I love it. It's a dot runner, in case you're wondering. Okay. Now this is probably the only place that you're going to want to line it up. And I always, when I do anything central this way, and I don't need this bar up here, I actually move it over to one of the 1/4, 1/2, or 3/4 inch marks because they're thinner and I can see it better than the thick line. So this is an 8. So we're going to go up 4, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And that is where my point is going to be, roughly. Okay. There it is. This one is going to go right on top. This will be easier because the point is just going to match up. And it's going to be right down here. There we go. There's that one. Maybe I'll do the light side for the mats, just to give it a little bit of contrast. I don't want to cover up these points because that's like kind of the interesting focal point of this layout, right? So I don't really want to cover those up. And I know a 2022 can fit in there, even if I do 2022, and that'll be fine. I can always put the title down below too, if I really want. There's actually more room down below. Okay, and I did not want to put it on that corner because this is going to actually be needing a photo slipped in there. So Let's erase this adhesive. Just want to make sure. Okay, there's that. So there's that side. Let's move on to the other side. Okay, strip first, dark side up. Okay, I'm going to do this one as the triangle that goes on the base. Maybe this is what I'll do instead. That was kind of challenging to line it up, so let's try it a different way, shall we? Let's try it this way. And what I'll do, I want my point just below that. Right in this area. And now I can, I'll erase that in just a minute. There we go. Okay. Trying new ways. I'm not so sure that was any better, but that's alright. Okay, here's that. Now let's do the mats. Again, having the light side up. And I kind of want it opposite. So, whereas I'm going to have them. I'm going to bring this back in, because then I can actually line it up more or less. So I kind of want it the same, but it's going to be smushed over this way and coming cascading down that way. Now you're actually not going to see these two next to each other. They're going to be let's see which way. Okay, already on this side. They're going to be front back instead on this album again. So I'm going to do a lot of picture my lives. Especially in this one. This have a lot of pockets. Okay, so you can either have it that way, or if you are doing a double layout in your album, you can have it this way, which is how I'm going to have it in my album, except it's going to be like this. Okay. So let's work on page 1. We're going to get, of course I didn't get any of my stamps out. So, and I think this might have been enough time for this scrap my stash, because I think embellishing will take a little bit of time, so maybe I'll embellish it on Wednesday, in the video on Wednesday. So this is where I am currently on this layout. See you Wednesday for the embellishing, and I hope you guys have a good weekend. Alright, thanks, bye.